What's up, everybody? You're in the back room with Becky, and it's Saturday. You're right. I don't normally come on Saturdays. I try to chill, get my creative energy together. But I didn't do one yesterday, and I know y'all probably said, we ain't gonna miss it. We can go back and watch one of the other ones. But I felt guilty. I love you, YouTube. They're my sponsors. Um, I really wanted to come in and just say, uh, everybody's all up in alarm about Wall Street. And didn't I tell y'all a few months ago about that documentary that I needed y'all to see? The End of Life in America. When I was telling you to go to the link and type in The End of America and see what comes up. They're streaming video. If they're not showing the film free anymore, they're definitely showing you the highlights. And I do believe there's a companion book. And, I know we don't like to acknowledge it. Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. I had a hard week. And I've been ordered to go to bed, so I'm doing this and then I gotta go. My sweetie told me, you go to bed because I want to be able to enjoy you. And I can't enjoy you if you're in the hospital or in the grave. And he's right. I work hard, but it's time to slow down a little bit, and try to get my zen going. But there are, lots of bad things happening this week in Wall Street. There's going to be a lot of people who are just terrified, petrified, frozen with fear of what is going to happen. The End of Life in America is a documentary that high points, you know, when civilizations fall, when the democratic machine or the governing body ceases to function correctly, when you run out of money and you are in a weakened state. This is, when they talk about the new world order is coming. Okay, now, I know that there are some people who don't believe, and then there are some who are just absolutely fanatical with it. And so I'm saying to you is that just be aware. Nostradamus did not remain relevant all these centuries because he was not on point. Matter of fact, he was so on point that it's scary. Um, yeah, I know I hate to do that too, but I'm like, oh, I gotta adjust myself. I'm in my jammies, y'all, for real. I'm in my jammies because it's Saturday and you're in the back room with Becky, and we just want to touch upon when a nation crumbles, when a civilization is in upheaval, and there is change and the demand for change. We should be shifting our attitudes, and not into a spirit of fear, but to alert. Be on alert. It's red alert time now. I don't know what they're telling about the terrorists, but they need to been doing an alert system on y'all spending some of this money. Uh, but it is done. We are in this shape. And just like you would do in your own household, you would downsize. Well, children, we won't be having cable anymore because cable is too expensive and it's eating up part of the gas bill. Or we won't be dining out every payday because we need to put back $50 just to have a cushion. And, I shared with you that one of my associates from Facebook was talking about the fact that the house she'd been living in for a year was going now onto the auction block. And here's what a lot of people, and we did this to ourselves. Greed, instant gratification, compulsory behavior and shopping. We consume more than we produce. So well, how the hell you think we ain't broke? And we taking all our money and flying to Europe or Asia. That's basically what we're doing, and spending our money over there. There's no money, you got more money going out than coming in. Boom, you got a messed up budget. The deficit is nothing but debt, honey. It's not. They like to give these fancy $20 words to keep the common man confused. Just like they said, recession. If you ask any of the elders that grew up in the Great Depression during the 30s, like my mom did, she was like running it down to me. And she said everything that's happening right now is just like it was in the Depression. Except for people ain't standing in lines yet to get commodities and their checks and stuff like that. Okay, I think they got a different system. But honey, if we went back and just stood back and watched our houses go into movement at the first and the third of the month, because that's when their family has money, and then the rest of the month they living on faith. Okay, you got people that's living from paycheck to paycheck. The economy is more expensive, but the payroll and stuff have not gone up for a lot of people for a very long time. And so what you have is an imbalance. There's no equity. And when you are in debt like that, it creates all other kind of repercussions. So our infrastructure is at risk of being on life. Well, it's on life support now. Matter of fact, it's getting transfusion from other countries. Every time we borrow money from another country, we're indebted to them. That's what I was telling you the other day. They own the debt. Ergo, they own America too. So people, just don't be ignorant of the fact. Be armed with knowledge and wisdom. I don't want you to panic either, because that's destructive. But we do have to be aware that we are in perilous times. And this is the time where we're going to find out what America is really made of. My daddy once told me, Reverend C.C. Shepherd Jr. said, if you want to see what people are made of, just put them off in some hot water, just like tea bags. And just like tea bags, you're going to see what they're made of. So we're going to find out what America's made of. And it's a test, y'all. It's like you tested in your individual life. Our country is being tested. God's going to see if we even worthy to continue to exist. That's why a new world order is going to come into play. Because what's the ruling class right now is limping. They limping. And so now it's time that we notify change is coming. Now it's time for you to accept the change is here. And it's not all good. And it's not going to be all good. You just got to be strong, because only the strong will survive. You in the back room with Becky. I hate to be heavy on a Saturday. That's what was on my mind. And shout out to all my friends and followers, the people that have been supporting me. It's amazing. The journey you take when you start doing your dream. It's incredible the energy that you get. As always, peace, love, and understanding for the people.